He doesn't give a who he fights. He doesn't give a who he spars.
Seeing and being in the ring is totally different. So
I've seen David up front, and not only how he works, but listening how his punch lands.
He's a spine-tingling super middleweight destroyer who leaves opponents with goosebumps.
Bro, that guy, that's strong.
He could crack.
I was like, holy shit.
I'd be afraid to fight him too if I was in that division.
he's gonna show everybody what he could do.
So grab your flashlights as we gather around a campfire to reveal the stories of rivals, sparring partners, and past opponents.
This is just mind-blowing by Benavidez.
All with first-hand experience of the scary reality of fighting the Mexican monster, David Benavidez.
Because I sparred David Benavidez and I felt his power firsthand, let me tell you, man, that guy is different.
I think David is the truth. I sparred with him before.
Benavidez is just on a whole nother platform.
Welcome to a Motividia presentation.
And that's the type of intensity I want to bring. I mean, if they say that about my sparring session, how do you think the fight's going to look?
Yeah. 6 years ago, tucked away in the breathtaking inclines of the Big Bear Mountains, Gennady Golovkin prepared to take on Daniel Jacobs as he hunted down the elusive Canelo.
The two best in the world, 2 world champions.
If I come into Big Bear, I know just my mind, I come in for real business, for serious business.
Well, Abel's like some sparring with big guys. That's why we down here. I'll fight at 75, he fights at 68. Smaller guys can't handle his punching power.
One hungry young fighter stepped up to exchange thudding blows with the Kazakh crusher.
And I got the chance to go to Big Bear when I was 15 years old, and that's before anybody knew who Golovkin was.
Tell me about sparring Gennady Golovkin. That's a guy that we just saw on HBO and the whole world were like taken back by, wow, this guy's pretty good.
You sparred Golovkin at 15 years old?
At 15 years old, and I sparred him, and we had such a great sparring session that he had me coming back for like 5 years.
I don't know if anybody knows, but he sparred with Golovkin, or they just moved around with each other in the ring when he was about 16 years old. And back then, you could see that he was going to be a talent. And today, he's unbelievable.
Well, he has such incredible power, man. I couldn't make a mistake. All my tactics had to be on point.
Where do you rate Gennady Golovkin's power compared to anyone else you ever sparred?
I rank him at the top, no doubt, no question.
What's the best punch you put on you, David?
Left hook to the body. Wow. Yeah, he is hard. I didn't go down.
Buzzed by the beast, Benavidez walked away with harrowing tales of his own and grew as a boxer after his experience.
And that's kind of like I said, that's what that catapulted my level of boxing to a whole different level.
To 168, there are other guys like David Benavidez. I know you sparred him a lot in the past. Do you kind of look at him sideways, like, okay, I may end up fighting him?
Sparring the most avoided fighter of recent years helped shape Benavidez into one of the most feared phantoms on the scene today.
Hey, this kid, keep an eye on this kid. He's gonna be top dog, he's gonna be champ. Mark my words. Thank you. Keep up, keep the hard work,
kid. Quality sparring doesn't get any closer to the upper echelons of the food chain than with Dmitry Bivol.
Nobody wants to spar David.
Yeah?
Yeah, nobody wants to spar him.
I won.
And a thing I heard around the gyms was those sparring sessions were in your favor, maybe even heavily when you were sparring Bivol. Is that true?
Conflicting skill sets meshed perfectly for two men inextricably linked to Canelo.
There's a lot of good combinations, a lot of good defense, good conditioning.
Benavidez is not an easy fighter at all, and he could make a lot of problems for Canelo.
I don't think really what people say affects him, but I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like I'm the biggest threat to him.
Benavidez spars like it's for real as future 168-pound star Diego Pacheco found out when he was invited in ahead of the Caleb Plant fight.
He's strong. He's pretty strong. He's strong.
You don't go easy on him, huh, David?
No, he's on nobody.
Shit, man. Well, he's the Mexican monster for a reason, you know.
Feeding off David's high-energy approach, a bruised eye shows the intensity on offer.
Is that a little bit of a shiner I see on the right eye?
That's what happens when you're doing hard work. Sometimes the fucking punches get through. So, you know, we're having some really great sparring.
Not only that, but he sparred Kelly Pavlik and Latif Coyote. I mean, this is a guy who's been fighting and sparring with a lot of guys ever since he moved and started training.
Benavidez started boxing at the age of 3. He was in the gym at the age of 5. And a big right hand that backs up Rogelio Medina.
Just as Golovkin brought him into camp for youthful work, Benavidez enlisted the likes of heavy-handed Raul Salaman and undefeated Daniel Iceman Blancas, who bring different looks while sharpening tools.
Who's your favorite fighter?
My favorite fighter, honestly, David is one of my favorite fighters.
David Benavidez?
He just comes in to work his out.
Yeah, I feel like people don't give him his credit in his defense. They're saying he doesn't have defense. That's not true at all, you know? Hey, just wait for his, his fights, man. He's going to demonstrate all his tools.
David beat me. Still, I'm mad love for David. Like I say all the time, like, I want to fight him, but it's mad love. No disrespect to David and his camp. They're great people.
Get out the way.
Introducing Dennis, Mama's boy!
Using his ring IQ to help David prepare, respected southpaw Dennis Douglin has sparred both November 25 main eventers. The Brooklyn boxer also shared the ring with the Phoenix Phenomenon in a paid contest.
Real good-looking super middleweight frame of Benavidez. 19 years old, 6'2", traded a lot of power.
Philadelphia, 2016. It was the first time young Benavidez had gone past round 7.
Questionability of the chin of Douglas.
Off the head,
That's where Benavidez wants you to be. He's the bigger, stronger guy.
The ropes just came loose. Young slugger though on the attack. Headshot after headshot.
Dennis hung tough until the 10th and final round, when Benavidez's power and persistence paid off.
Benavidez is in uncharted territory. First time he's ever been past 7 rounds.
Knockdown scored!
Again, like his energy, like you feel like you're in his ring. Yeah. And he took my punches very well and kept coming forward. And it's like you feel like you can't hurt somebody, and it's so big. And although his punches weren't that serious either, it just wears you down mentally. Like I've never felt like that mentally. Like I'm like, whoa, like this kid got me tired. Like so, I think David was definitely my toughest fight.
Others are not so respectful, trash talking in the build-up, strangely absent from the limelight after soaking up a beating.
Do you think you can knock out David Benavidez?
Oh, for sure. He got hurt with a jab and dropped with a jab. I hit harder than Gabriel. I promise I do. Shit coming.
Smart by Benavidez. Well, you saw what happened. Benavidez threw a right hand to the body and outside.
Just getting battered by David Benavidez. I got him up these last 4 rounds.
That's it. They're going to stop the fight right now.
We've got a little bit of trash talk in there, but look at this is what it's about. Two men going at it, going to war, and then embracing themselves after.
How did that feel? Like, how did that feel fighting David Benavidez? Getting in the ring with a guy like that. How did that feel?
Ronald Ellis begrudgingly tipped his hat after David battered his body in pride.
Is he the hardest puncher you've been in the ring with?
The most volume, hell yeah. Volume. Yeah, David's a big dude, throwing like a lightweight.
Julian Love danced at the weigh-in before Benavidez left his legs wobbling in 2.
I have to send a message out and set an example of what I'm going to do to Julian Love to let all the fighters in 168 know that what's coming from.
You got to share the ring with, Benavidez.
He's got your respect. Yeah. Now we go be smart. We got to show him the boxing skills.
Other boxing?
We boxing him now. We're boxing him now.
What makes him special when it comes to your boxing IQ?
He can do it all. He's fast, rangy. IQ is there. You know what I mean? Power is there.
So he's a complete fighter.
Jay Leon has got to be moving. He's got to use his legs.
Oh, big right by Benavidez.
That's it.
Let me introduce ranked 1 and 2 in the division.
Leading the charge on a year of mega fights, Caleb Plant was rightly praised for stepping up in early 2023.
How much do you think your footwork would be a difference for you in that fight?
I think everything I possess would be a difference. So I'm smarter than him, I'm faster than him, I'm a better athlete than he is, I'm more disciplined than he is.
That big fight buildup even drew out some semblance of praise from former Benavidez victims.
Like I say, it's a good fight for the fans. This is the fight the fans wanted to see for sure. The first few rounds, Plant is going to box. He's a tremendous boxer. Everybody's seen that and knows that. And with Benavidez, I think he's going to later rounds are going to be his rounds all day. I think Benavidez don't stop. He's a warrior. I mean, they call him Mexican Monster for a reason.
When he started going with the big right hand by Benavidez.
Potentially humbled in defeat, Plant's ego and face were markedly bruised as he left the MGM Grand, serving as a disturbing reminder of what lies in store for future foes of El Bandera Roja.
I mean, listen, I understand Caleb is a boxer. I'm a fighter boxer, of course. I can fight mid-range, I can fight inside. I move a lot better. I mean, listen, we're just two different styles, God bless him, but it's, you know, we're not the same.
Quote, skilled boxers are the ones that give Benavidez problems. Caleb Plant did it for half of the fight, but didn't have the power to keep Benavidez off of him in the second half of the fight.
I really want to be the best of my generation. And the only way to do that is to go through everybody.
Described by many as a gentleman, the switch flicks into kill mode on first bell.
Wait, what happened when Benavidez came here to spar David? What did he give out?
Oh, he fucking fed it to everybody.
You say he gave out concussions?
He just fed everybody with a spoon.
Benavidez is not afraid to release some verbal bombs both before or after a contest to raise the stakes and up the pressure on past, present, and future opponents.
Hell no. I mean, it's all fun and games, but when I get in there, it's not funny. I send all my opponents to the hospital. Look at my track record.
He gets his IBF title, I'm going to take it from him. You know, every time you fight somebody, they say you don't hit hard. I put people in the hospital. That's what I do. You ain't nothing. And watch, March 25th, mark my words, I'm going to put this in the hospital.
Benavidez just using him as target practice.
Fans know that once a fighter signs on the dotted line to fight Benavidez, everyone is primed for an evening of continuous forward motion, powered by a non-stop engine that ticks over for 12 rounds or less.
He's eating a lot. He's getting tattooed and blasted in every direction imaginable.
Unafraid to take a shot in return, almost enjoying the feeling of being tagged and entering into a street fight, every Benavidez blow carries stinging power.
They're not exactly lining up to fight this undefeated phenom.
The same brand of refined momentum that has overwhelmed 27 victims.